Good morning. Hi. Hello out there in Love Streaming Land. I'm Reverend Edith Washington Woods. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And I am so excited to see all of you here in the sanctuary. And those out there in Love Streaming Land, I've already said good morning, but good morning, here we are. Yes. Okay, and I want to also welcome anyone who is new to our community or anyone who hasn't been here for a while. If you'll raise your hand, we sure would love to say hello. Hi, 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 hi. And anybody out there in Love Streaming Land, just let us know you're new to this community. Hello there. You're not new. Yeah, but we're new this morning, right? Yes. So give yourself a round of applause for being new. All right, let us just settle down. And yeah, I see you adjusting in your seats. Just wiggle a little bit. Ground yourself in your seat. And join me in closing your eyes, if you will. And notice your breath. How it goes in and out. In and out. And then I invite you to take a gentle breath, just being with it and acknowledging its presence. Knowing that it's here and now. Bringing us into this juicy now moment. As if it's a succulent piece of fruit. And as we center ourselves in this moment, we join in prayer now. God the good, that spiritual essence that we are. We welcome this moment of the day with gratitude. Grateful that we are all here, participating in this service. Being of service by being here. Giving of our time in a way that it comes back to us, fulfilled. And each moment of each day, we give thanks. As we are giving thanks for this moment and this time that we share together. We're grateful for the experience that we will have in this moment as we pray. And so it is. Amen. And now today is our integrity core value. It's on your screen, and I'm going to invite you to say it with me. Let's say it together. Living from unity principles, we embody and consistently practice honesty, accountability, transparency, and nonviolent communication. Yes. Just feel into that. Isn't it kind of yummy? The vibration of accountability, transparency, and nonviolent communication. Yes, 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 yes. And now just be with our song, this first song, Send My Love.
The band will sing the first verse, and then we will have the congregation come in on the repeat of the first verse. send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the mountains, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and my returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace over the mountains, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and my kid returns to me. Send my love over the mountains. Send my love over the sea. I send my love over the heavens, and it returns to me. It returns to me. And it returns to me.
How y'all doing? Oh, you know my name. It's nice to be home. You know, okay, so I always have to editorialize a little bit. Sorry, but I will say that if you're not here today in the room, so look closely for our home viewers. You have to see how resplendent our pastor looks today, and. Which gives rise to our gratitude for you being here and for you embracing us as we should embrace you. And she looks real spiffy, so you got to check that out. So you got to do that. The other thing is that actually this morning, I had a friend who has a complicated health issue going on. And he said something, and I looked at him and I realized that he did not have the resources that I have because of what I get here. And that he did not understand that regardless that he was a part of this and he was going to be blessed, however it came, and that he just needed to get in the driver's seat a little bit more and steer that car in the right direction, and hopefully it will reach the destination he'd like. But I am grateful for this group, for this philosophy, for this ideas, for the openings. This has given me and for the resurrection of a renewed spirit here. And I feel it, and I love it, and I am grateful. So, with that, I will bring the resplendent Reverend Edith back up to talk to you about new members.
Hello, everybody. So we had a couple of new members' classes, one that was in person and then one was virtual this past week. And I want to announce 3 new members. The first one is Shoshana Brooks. And we'll give her a little something when she comes back with the Youth and Family Ministry at the end of our service. And the second one is Jamel Malik McMullen. Where are you, Jamel? Oh, he's over there. He's on the AV team, already serving before he even became a member. And our third one is Rita Vandervoort Warren. There she is right there. There's Miss Rita. We want to welcome our new members. It's so exciting to have the newness of that, right? And we do have a cake out there. I already took a picture of it, so you guys can have at it when service is over. And just notice their names is on there. And Show is short for Shoshana, just so you know. Like, what is it saying Show for? Because her nickname is Show. So you might say that, hey, Show, how you doing? You know, show me how, show me the way, show me some candy, show me the cake. Yeah, so that's our new members. If anyone else is interested in becoming a member, just let me know, and we'll probably do it again at the beginning of the year. All right? Thank you. That's that first announcement for today.
Okay, so we have a Unitine retreat that is coming up here at our location. This being sponsored by our teachers, and they need some help. So first of all, what they'd love to have is a full house. So if you have someone who's 11 to 14 years old in that middle school range of age, please let them know that this opportunity comes. It's were you raising your hand? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Remember where you are. Okay. All right, so if 11 to 14, come on, have them come in. It's a lot of fun. Kids come from all over the Mid-Atlantic region. It's a big sleepover and, food party and lockdown. That brings us to the second point, which is they need some adults around to help feed them and help guide them in the right direction. And a really quick anecdote. So I went to a wedding of a kid I taught Sunday school a long time ago. And the kids that I taught are now 30 years old and out there. Some of them are sprinkling it out there, and some of them are forgetting what we taught them. But it'll come back. But so I went to this wedding, and I saw all these kids that I had not seen in a long time, and it was quite exciting. And now I forgot why I was telling this story, so I'm going to stop. All right, so if you can help, if you like to cook, they need meals. If you like to stay up all night and make sure the kids are not rumbling around, come on down. But it's a lot of fun. I remember now. So, lock in. Sammy Kinder had just taken over the education program. She says, I got this son. All of a sudden, all these teenage girls, because I was teaching high school, all these teenage girls are outside, and they're fluffing around. And this 13-year-old kid, Brody, who is like, he's like rock star magnet beauty, kind of. I mean, he was really this incredibly charismatic person. Still is. And he was, and these 14, 15, 16-year-old girls were buzzing around him. It's like, oh, dear Lord, let's get out there quickly and bring him back. Anyway, Brody was the officiator at this wedding for one of the other students, and it was a full circle and an opportunity missed. But if you want to keep kids here and helping, come on down. All right, so that's that. And yes, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Elizabeth Gensler would like to speak now.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I created a sign-up genius for meals to make it easier so people know what they want. If you go to the newsletter and it talks about this retreat, you'll see a sign-up genius link. Hello. So if you can go ahead and sign up, and we're going to see if we can also send them out. And it's on the Facebook Unity Peeps page as well. It's posted there. So just click on the sign-up genius link. You'll see all the ways you can help support the food and the needs of the retreat. Thank you.
Everyone should have an Elizabeth Gensler in their life. She gets it done. She gets it done.
So let me jump in on two. So because Coach was at the YOU rally right now, so I'm going to speak for her. Anyone who is a YOUer, so that's high school, you can get some service hours. I know you're ranking those up that you have to have for graduation to come to the retreat. And I think you'll get like 24 hours or something close to that to be a junior assistant. So you'll be assisting adults with cleaning and cooking and maybe even playing a little bit with the younger people.
Yeah. And I will say, those of us who've had the privilege of being here a long time, we had an extraordinarily large and vibrant education program for a while, and it's kind of aged out, I think. And I think one of the exciting things is the resurrection of a really extended program. I used to call it Teen Club when I was teaching on Sundays, because they would bring kids who didn't go to this church because they were getting into the philosophies and the ideas. So Britt, let's get that going again and radiate out. All right, so the next thing on our thing is we are being good civic citizens and showing our appreciation to the police. We want to build relationships and strengthen the county and bridge that strange thing that's going on with up and down on that stuff. And so you can donate $5 gift cards. And Bridget, did you want to say anything, sweetie, or are you good?
I'll accept cash because I can buy the cards too.
Excellent, excellent. And is there a time limit on this?
No.
Okay. So if we want to give you a $50 check or something, we
Okay.
could do that, or something. Like I got $50. Okay. So going on. So Bridget's helping out, and thank you for leading that, Bridget. The chili cook-off is coming up. I've never been to one of these because I know I'll get indigestion because I'll eat everything. But I hear it's fabulous, and it's fun and great. It's on Sunday, November 13th after the service over in the Education Building. And, we have a wide range of tastes and backgrounds and stuff, so bring your version of chili, what you consider chili, and that is a controversy that will live on long beyond us about what the best chili in the world is, but we'll decide that day which one we think is the best. And this is a fundraiser for the youth and family ministry, so you get to feel good about eating. So bring it on down. We have CEE classes that are here, and this is a way for us to deepen our dive into understanding unity principle. And I mean, the understanding of unity principle is fairly easy. It's kind of right out there once you've been here for a little while. But the practice of unity principle is the challenge. It's the exercise program we need to get on. And these classes will help. So Reverend Edith is leading one on the foundations of unity on Tuesdays beginning October 25th, which is soon. and to November 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30. She's doing it in person and Zoom, so you get to choose how you would prefer to be a part of it. And you're all welcome to join us. So please go see the website or the newsletter and sign up. Also, running simultaneously on Monday nights, Reverend Kelly is going to be offering a meditation practice. So those of you who are looking to hone those skills or find a new way to hit your Zen, you should join that. That's Mondays, October 24th to November 21st from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And that's going to be on Zoom. So that will help you make your decision. So both of those are on the website or in the newsletter to register. Okay, so after service, those of us who have special moments that we need to exercise, we have our prayer chaplains are here. Cynthia is going to be in person today, and Carol is our online chaplain today. And so these are both wonderful women who will hear you and see you and feel you and help you. Okay, all right, so we're down to the daily word. Sorry, I had to figure it out. And the daily word for today is prosperity. With God as my source, I live abundantly. No matter how much I have in the bank, the kind of car I drive, or the house I live in, I know these things are mere manifestations of abundance. The source of all prosperity is God. I look beyond appearances to find a deeper meaning of prosperity. Meaningful work that I enjoy doing is part of my prosperity, not only because of what I earn, but also because of the satisfaction I feel when I use my skills. My house becomes a home when filled with people I love and care for. My financial resources don't diminish, but multiply when I share them generously. As I look beyond the good things in my life to the love, the creative insight, and the limitless flow of divine ideas that brought them into manifestation, I discover true abundance. And the Bible says, riches and honors are with me, enduring wealth and prosperity. Proverbs. Thank you.
And now is our meditative part of our service. I invite you to join me in closing your eyes. And if you'd rather, I'd invite you to have a soft gaze where you're focusing on one spot in the room. For there is no spot where God is not. Perhaps that spot is the Christ candles behind me. Perhaps you're focused on one of the words on the wall in the back. And just become present. Being still as you can possibly be. For in this moment, we joining our hearts together as if we have one heartbeat. Relax. Relax into the nothingness of the now. Allowing ourselves to spread our wings as if we are with the eagle. And imagine for a moment that you are soaring from your seat up through the rafters out to the sky. And that you notice how expansive the wings are that you are on. Flying, flying upon the eagle's wings. Soaring higher and higher. And you look out below and notice the world. And notice the blending of the trees and the people, the cars, the animals, as if they have all blended into a kaleidoscope of beingness. And you notice there is no separation. Everything is one with everything else. That yes, if you look really sharp at something, you notice the treetops. And you know that the trunk and the roots are below it. For you remember in your subconscious that the tops of the trees, the trunks, and the roots are all one and the same. And everything else is. For this is the universe that we are in, that we are part of. So as we continue to soar on our journey of becoming, we take a pause and sit in the silence, taking it all in. And we say to ourselves, I am one with all there is. I am one with all there is. In the silence, we join even more deeper with that spiritual essence we are as a collective good. In the silence, we go deeper together and say, I am one with all there is. In the silence, we are. I am. I am. I am one. I am one with all there is. Feel the vibration. I am one with all there is. And in this expanded state of consciousness, we bring to our hearts and minds anyone that may be in need of being lifted up, that may not know who they truly are. And we speak their names out loud. May we speak those names now. My brother Leonard. Healing for my mother, Arla. Healing for anyone in our spiritual community who may be in search of a healing today. And we actively speak these names into the ethers, into the spiritual sacred space, knowing that where two or more are gathered, there is God in the midst of it. We speak the names that are on our heart. Now we allow ourselves to gently come back to this space, to this time, knowing that our vibration has been raised, that we allow ourselves to be transformed at depth. And for this, we are so very grateful. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Only child alone and wild, a cabinet maker's son. His hands were meant for different work, and his heart was known to none. He left his home and went his lone, solitary way. He gave me a gift I know I never can repay. A quiet man of music, denied a simpler fate. He tried to be a soldier once, but his music wouldn't wait. He earned his love through discipline, a thundering velvet hand. His gentle means of sculpting souls took me years to understand.
Leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old, but his blood runs through my instruments and his song is in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I am a living legacy to the leader of the band.
Brother to Chicago and the other to St. Paul. And I'm in Colorado when I'm not in some hotel, living out this life I choose, and it comes to know so well. Thank you for the music and your stories of the road. I thank you for the freedom when it came my time to go. I thank you for the kindness, for the times when you got tough. And Papa, I don't think I said
band is tired and his eyes are growing old. His blood runs through my instrument and his song is in my soul. My life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I'm just a living legacy to the leader of the band. I am a living legacy to the leader of the band.
Thank you for 3 J's. I was going to name a 4th J, but it's 3. Okay. Maybe on a spiritual realm there's 4. I don't know. All of our lives, we're on a journey of becoming. I think that journey is to return to our spiritual self. 3 of the roads we travel and may not know is the 3 phases of mind, which is conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Conscious is, it's what I've said in the past, which is awareness. You know, like were aware once we woke up this morning, okay, yes, I'm still here. We were conscious when we drove here, right? Like each of us, did anybody walk? Okay, nobody walked. All right, so we were conscious that we drove here, or maybe rode as a passenger, noticed the roads, noticed the light, well, no lights, it's daytime, but just notice what we notice, right? Notice how we park in. Did you park backing in or did you park facing in? I'm a back in parking kind of person. But it's really about being right here and now. In The Revealing Word, our book of metaphysical terms by our co-founder Charles Fillmore, he had this metaphysical take on conscious. He said that the phase of mind in which one is actively aware of their thoughts. The mind through which I change the pronouns, you know I do that, establishes our identity. So I remember each of my 4 sons. Now, I have the oldest one that's Well, he's 45. And then twins in the middle, they're 35. And then the youngest is 32. I have to remember by the oldest and then drop off 10 years and then, yeah, so. Otherwise, I forget. And I remember that day when they were babies. And all of a sudden, they noticed their feet. And it was like, whoa, look at it. And they picked it up, and they played with the toes and the heel, and it was just such a fascinating thing. They were conscious of their feet. And then what did they do? You know it. They put the foot in. How in the world? I couldn't. Don't even think about it. Don't do it. Don't put your foot in your mouth. Not figuratively and not literally. But the babies, that's what they did, right? And they were becoming conscious. And then we have the subconscious. And the subconscious is the memory mind, as it says in the revealing word. It is crystallized in function and form. It is our bodily functions, like circulation and breathing and digestion, those things that they just kind of happen, right? But there are also the memories we have, the emotions that remember, like when the baby starts crying when they come out, then they remember to cry, and they find out that people actually will respond to it. So they cry in order to get food, they cry in order to get changed. You know what I mean, right? It's part of our subconscious mind. Now, when we go back to the baby with the foot situation, they're now conscious of their foot. They put it in their mouth. And then they do it over and over and over again. That is because in their subconscious mind, they remember, how exciting was that to put my foot in my mouth. I must do that again. And then at some point, they actually forget about it. Or maybe they grow and they can't do it anymore. I don't know. I should ask my kids, do you remember when you did that? I wish I would have taken a picture so I could show you how you put your foot in your mouth. Now, don't try it now at your age. It wouldn't work. But I also remember one of my favorite stories that was about Major James Nesmith. Some of you may have heard about this. He was a prisoner of war in Vietnam. And during the 7 years of his imprisonment, he was encaged in a approximately 4.5 feet high and 5 feet long cage. Now, I heard that he was, you remember, right, Jane? And I heard that he was standing. That's what I heard before. And he realized that it was something that they couldn't take from him. And that was his mind. So he he accessed his subconscious mind because he loved to golf. And he decided, well, I'm going to just practice golfing while I'm standing here. And he started playing golf, 18 holes of golf, actually. And he played them over and over again. And he would shoot a 74 or some other number that he'd come up with. He remembered and visualized the grass. Sometimes the blades of grass. He remembered the clothes he wore. He visualized it. He visualized the trees and even the squirrels. All in his mind. And he did that 4 times a week. Every week for 7 years. Over and over again. And I heard that when he came out of that, he was actually physically, had some physical something that was happening. But when he went to play golf, he played it well. So he was tapping into not only his subconscious, but his superconscious. And the superconscious is really that which is connected with spirit. It is that spiritual connection, our intuition. We may call it our higher self, our Christ self, Jesus self, the Buddha self, the Krishna self, or the God self. It is that which is expanded. It is that has no name. It is that which is part of who we are. So these three roads that we travel, the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious, is part of our DNA. Now, again, in the revealing word, superconscious means that the true idea and the understanding and realization of our spiritual truth. It is that road that we can travel, especially when we're aware of it. And one of the ways that we're able to do that is with meditation, to get to the superconscious. Because when we meditate, I don't know if you noticed it, when you were sitting there and I was taking you through the visualization, did you notice that you were kind of going there? Like you could really see the eagle and maybe even see yourself on top of it maybe, or just the spirit of you, maybe not the you, but the spiritual you. And that you could see the trees and you could see that they were all blending together in this kaleidoscope of beingness. And we were tapping into the superconscious, that part of us that sees things that are bigger than we could ever imagine. That we're able to have this expansiveness about us that is universal and worldwide. That we're able to believe, believe it and we will achieve it kind of superconsciousness. When we're believing in and knowing that there is this superconsciousness, it is beyond what our physical self can see. It just is. And I know for me, when I practice that meditative space in any time of the day, whether it's 5 minutes or 55 minutes or a ding day, there is something that shifts. It's something that shifts in us. And when we access it, it gives us guidance. It gives us direction through the intuition. And in our Bible verse for today, it comes from 2 Chronicles chapter 18 and 24, and it says, and Micaiah, I think that's how you say it, said, behold, you shall see on that day when you go into an inner chamber to hide yourself. So when we're going into that meditative state, that we're in that inner chamber that only we can access from within ourselves. You see, I can't go into your inner chamber, Cynthia. I can't go into your inner chamber, Neil. I cannot, and you can't come into mine. Okay. Because who knows what's going on in here? I don't know. Sometimes it's not a good place to go. But when I am in that zone, right? The same zone that we know a Tiger Woods would get in, that same zone that we know somebody like Serena or her sister would get in coming from Compton. Come on now, seriously? That zone that we've seen those basketball players get in. And I saw someone skating yesterday on some skating show that was on, and I saw them in the zone when they were doing all that twirling and stuff, and their leg and their foot went up in the air. And I wonder, can they put their foot in their mouth? And yet, because, they're flexible. I can't do it. But they're tapping into that zone. It's not just the technique. Because we can have our techniques, right? It is more than that they're able to tap into. I just believe it. Because when you see them, you go, what? And then they go there. Boom. Yes, landed. Thank you. That nothing else, they can't see nothing else, that they just see like that kaleidoscope that we saw in the meditation. They see like, no, the people screaming in the background when the gymnasts are doing their thing. No, they're in the zone. I can't even imagine. How can you turn those flips? And other people over there are turning their flips and doing the high beam and the parallel bars and everything. I would be paying attention over there. But when we're in the superconsciousness, then we're able to know that we can live like that we're able to have a little bit of zeal, which is our spiritual power of the month, and that with that zeal, we have a little excitement, and we're motivated to do that which we came here to do, that only we came here to do. That just like we are in this inner chamber and going to the secret place of the Most High, that is ours within to shine out outer, it's the same thing with the gifts that we have, the spiritual gifts, to know that we make a difference with people here. That we make a difference with people in our own spiritual community. That's why we're all here. That's why we couldn't wait until the pandemic did whatever it does so we can be here worshiping together. It's not just the extroverted people. It's some of us who are introverted and extroverted, and then the introverted people. Hi. I know you. I know you. You're out there in love streaming land. That's okay, but because sometimes we just do that. And we have to know that the disciple is Simon the Canaanite, who represents our ability to be motivated and to accomplish great things. And the color of the month is orange. You know it. And where is it at? The back of the head. Yes. And so we go back to thinking about the babies that discover I have a foot. They don't know the name of it. They don't even have a name. They can't even speak, but they know. Wow. So when you go home and you take your shoes off, take out that foot like you did back in the day, and you go, what a beautiful foot I have. I have some beautiful toes. I have some beautiful toenails. And yes, I have veins and all these things that help me walk around. I mean, is it that thing we tap into that we can get excited even about feet? And like Major James Nesmith, that we can spread our roots in superconsciousness. So know these words like they're yours. I'm spreading my roots to connect. I am spreading my roots to see. I am spreading my roots to be. Be. And it's up to each of us to be who we came here to be. And our affirmation can assist us during this week to know it and sink it in. I'm going to say it once and then invite you to say it with me. I am spreading my roots, grounding in my spiritual essence. Together, I am spreading my roots, grounding in my spiritual essence. Again, I am spreading my roots, grounding my spiritual essence. You take your feet and spread your wings. And so it is. Up to us. Amen. And namaste.
From the day we arrived on this planet and the blinking, step into the sun. There's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do that can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten. Some say live and let live, but all agree as they join the stampede. You should never take more than you give. It's a circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, till we find our place on the path unwinding. In the circle of life.
Some of us fall by the wayside. Some of us soar to the stars. Some of us sail with our troubles, and some have to live with their scars. There's far too much to take in here, more than ever be found. But the sunrise of fortune, it's a leap of faith. It's a band of hope, till we find our place on the path unwinding. In the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope, till we find a place on the path unwinding. In the circle of life.
The Boys of Unity. I love John Paul. John Paul has the voice of a rock star, and he does. I was in the entertainment industry for a long time, and I'm telling you, the guys that got the voice of a rock star. I just wonder what he did with Ringo and George. So, I know. And it's great to find out that your pastor is a little ADD just like you when she's on the gym floor doing her routine, squirrel. So it was wonderful because I've discovered I'm a little ADD too. All right, moving along because we're here. Tithes, offerings, your chance to buy into the dream. This is your chance to sort of put your money where your mouth is, or to understand that what you give comes back to you tenfold. So there's a lot of ways to do that. You can go to the back of your chair and pull an envelope out and stuff some cash in it. You can go to www.unityofgaithersburg.org, or you could text GIVE to a number we got there right up there that you can find. Lots of ways to do it. It does give back, and it keeps all of this moving along, and it's so good. Thanks. Oh. The love offering. Yeah, this is a chance to grab that envelope off the back of the chair. All right, so, and together we will say, divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so grateful. Bye. Is that me, or does the music introduce her? Hello, hello, hello. And
For sure. Good morning. Ooh. You guys look awesome. Look at this beautiful group we've got today. Let's give it up for them. Anybody want to volunteer? Okay.
Today we talked about, well, zeal, Jesus, and how he helped out people of the past.
Pretty much what Andrew said. We learned about zeal, which basically is like, I like this thing. Hey, everybody else, I like this thing. This thing is really cool. And then other people are like, I'm happy you like that thing. And I'm like, yeah. Pretty much. That's the basic gist of it. We had a lot of fun. I can read the first part up there. Well, I'll hand the mic back over to Andrew.
We also learned about the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown, for the Halloween of, well, for the thing of Halloween.
Before we do the blessings of the youth, we did welcome Shoshana Brooks as one of our new members. So here is your new member certificate in the folder. All right.
I am the light of the world. I live as the light.
You are the light of the world. You live as the light.
I'm the light of the world. I live as the light.
And I do have just a couple, oh, I'm sorry, is it off? I just have a couple announcements, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me? Okay. Just two. So we still have the registration is open for our Unitine retreat. If you guys have any Unitines, it'll be here November 5th and 6th. See me if you have any questions, if you have anybody you want to join us. And then next Sunday, we are encouraging the kids to dress up, you guys as well, of course. I'd love to see all of you dressed up. And we're gonna have just a small Halloween get-together for the kids. So we just encourage you guys to do that. And thank you for loving on my kids. These are some great.
go out and know that you're grounded in your roots are grounded in your super consciousness, in that spiritual essence that we are. Have a wonderful day, my friends. If you want to put a prayer in a prayer box, it's in the back. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye.